I'm
I'm
telling
gonna
you.
start the recording and start the stream. Welcome to Horsin Around, a dumbass cast. I am your host, as always, Nick Mercadante, and with me today I have two lovely guests, possibly three, if the third will ever stop playing Among Us and actually join in on the stream. If you two would like to introduce yourselves for now, though.
Hi, I'm Lul. You've seen me before.
I'm Justin or Gonzo.
Gonzo. You've been on after the test sessions, right?
I
Been
think
on actual
so. The one I
episodes.
remember is the Cracker Barrel test session. I
Yeah.
think I was on once or twice.
That
Heard
was
Beekman talk about guns.
what? I didn't know you were a gun. When did
No,
we
no,
talk
no.
about
I heard
guns?
that's what Beekman was talking about. I was
Oh,
one of
okay.
those for the whole time.
Yeah, yeah. That's the Beekman special. Um, yeah. So let's just dive right into it. I lured Justin on here to be what was originally the fourth member because there's a very important debate to be had on the topic of veganism, specifically whether or not cum is a vegan substance that you can consume ethically as a vegan.
It's just not.
I heavily disagree
to
with
it.
you. I
What-
entirely disagree. So, veganism as a concept is that you cannot ethically consume something that does not a byproduct of an animal that can't consent to giving that product to you in the first place. So,
Where
like,
does the
how-
consent thing come from?
okay,
Where did you get the consent thing?
Huh?
Where did you get the consent thing?
Isn't that what it is? Am I just completely on the wrong base here?
Pretty sure it's just not animal products. I mean, like, part of it is because of that,
the
right?
reasoning why, right? Like, if an animal could consent,
People are vegan for different reasons.
I mean,
sure.
Yeah.
And they're all vegan. I'm not going to say some people aren't vegan.
An individual is known as vegan. Distinctions may be made. Here, I'm gonna look at the Wikipedia. I'm gonna just Control F for consent. Okay, consent's not in this wiki. Maybe I'm just wrong then. I thought it was the point that like these animals can't consent to giving up their milk or their honey or anything like that for rapid and ridiculous
And
consumption by human
I
citizens.
don't think I'd be okay with saying cannibalism is vegan.
That was
Even
the
if it was
other
willing.
thing. So I was talking about this with people at fucking the circus, as it's apparently known now. And
What is the circus?
it's what used to be Margaritaville. Since
What the fuck is Margaritaville?
that's where I fucking lived for 2 years.
Nobody called it Margaritaville.
We called it Margaritaville.
You lived at the stables, and nothing will change that.
No, not the stables. But the since Austria moved in, it's been called the circus, which I
That's
really
fair.
enjoy.
Fair.
But like, yeah, I think if somebody does consent to having their like, if they say, hey, you can chop off a finger and eat it, I think that would still be counted as vegan. Like as
That's because of the crime.
if they consent to being cut off, I don't think it's any level of fucked up, and I think it would count as vegan. But more
So
to
if a chicken like kicks away an egg, like, oh, this egg sucks, you're like free to dive on that and you're like, oh, don't worry guys, I'm vegan.
I mean,
Still.
well, they don't necessarily consent to it being used for consumption by kicking it away. They just don't want it.
Also, to be fair, the chicken in the egg did not consent to being eaten. The chicken said, I'm going to eat this, which is not vegan.
Right, yeah.
The chicken would have to say, eat me.
Yeah. Obviously, like, that makes it so, like, on the vegetarian level, where it's just, like, obviously no animal's going to consent to getting themselves eaten. But, like, going back to the original question of is cum vegan, I think if somebody is coming in somebody's mouth, they're probably consenting to that cum being eaten by the other party. So, like, feel like that's vegan. You know?
I don't understand where your idea comes that consent makes it vegan.
I couldn't tell you personally. That's somebody else told me that.
Does consent work with vegetarianism, or is it just veganism?
Well, I assume it. Well, vegetarian.
I think vegetarianism is like a whole different ball field that they happen to coincide just by nature of where their philosophies.
So you
are.
think veganism is entirely consent based?
I think so. Yeah.
And vegetarianism is just not, and it's just meat. Even though the reasons might be the same for a vegetarian?
Yeah, like for a vegetarian, it's based on the idea that it's sort of like a pacifist thing where they don't want to harm anything, and obviously harm comes to animals by virtue
You put a
of
lot of
killing
words
them.
in vegetarians and vegan mouths right now.
Yeah, I am. I'd love to
You
have
need
a
to put
vegan show
less
up and
cum
tell me
and
what
less words in their mouth.
Yeah, and also, you're right that, you know, different vegans probably do it for different reasons. I'm sure there's plenty of vegans that probably just do it because the way that we mass produce animal products, just of any kind, is really fucked up, which is fair. But on the basis of the idea that vegans work under the logic that it is a consent-based thing, I think in those parameters...
I mean, like, do the plants consent to the fruit? Like, the
Well,
fruit doesn't directly harm them.
I think the problem is that plants aren't intelligent life, right?
Well, okay, but like, where do you get to that in like vegetarianism and veganism? Where like, what if you have?
I don't think either
Can
of
you
those...
balance your checkbook?
If
No, then I don't give a fuck
fish is
about you.
brain dead, is it cool? Are we good?
Like, I don't think either veganism or vegetarianism touch on that, because after a certain point, they're just not going to be able to eat anything, right? They'd have to photosynthesize themselves, and that's just not possible for humans. So
That's what I'm saying. That's my point.
The coward's way out. Humans can't photosynthesize.
Dude, if we could figure out photosynthesis, that'd be pretty fucking dope.
I don't know. I saw it in Metal Gear Solid 5. It's kind of weird.
Is that... Oh, right. Is that chick that gets half naked for the,
Yeah,
like,
the
most of
chick
the
that's
game?
naked because she breathes through her skin and
Oh
photosynthesizes.
my fucking god. Man.
And for no other reason at all.
Not
only
one.
because she has to breathe through her skin.
Hideo Kojima just really got away with some shit. He gets away with some
He's just
shit.
very horny.
Yeah. I love the memes where they're like, Hideo Kojima, like, naming all his female characters, like, mommy and, like, maid or whatever, and then the psychiatrist at his side is just like, interesting, yes!
Wait, no, okay, I'm still not done with this veganism and vegetarianism crap. Can you eat like bugs? Like, they're not intelligent life. They don't have like, sure they try to preserve themselves, but so do plants. Like, they have nothing going on in there, basically.
Are plants actively trying to preserve? I mean, I guess they are, but
You can
like,
watch them
more
like grow, like, live in
I
places.
mean, they're trying to
and they
preserve their own
apart.
lives. They're not trying to, like, fight back, but, like, they do everything in their power to stay alive.
I'd say the same thing for like a bug. It's not like it's like, oh man, I recognize that Lul's like hands are truly a devastating foe. I'm gonna have to like go into his ear because I know what I'm doing. It's the only way to take him down.
Yeah,
I think Murky's trying to. I mean, okay, if you're talking from a ethical vegan perspective, then that's one thing.
Does it have to? So wait, like your like minimum thing is like it has like a neuron inside of it, therefore can't consent.
It cannot be head empty. I am baby.
Yeah. All plants are head empty,
like,
so they're fine.
There's also
like, you know, vegans who just don't eat meat or meat products because they think they think it's better for them and things like that.
Yeah, but we've forgotten about those people. Murky has thrown those people in the trash and decided that veganism is solely about consent. In which case, like, what if you have like a fucking like stillborn chicken who has never had a brain? Can you just go to town?
I think under the parameters of the argument that I'm setting up, yes.
But this is why I'm saying your argument is stupid because of that.
No, you couldn't, because that unborn that chicken fetus was produced by another chicken, right? So that chicken who produced that dead fetus wouldn't consent to having their
oh god,
their fucking miscarriage eaten.
Does veganism depend on whether life starts at conception?
Oh no! I can't believe I've started that discussion. Oh god.
Because I mean, like, there's like animals in nature where they eat their own young and that sort of shit.
Yeah, but like that's not, humans are imposing this restriction on themselves. So like, obviously, if you were gonna start like you couldn't force animals. You can't force a lion to be a vegetarian. That's like I can't even argue that.
It can't do that.
Yeah. But like for humans, we're just focusing on human beings who are able to self-actualize and realize that other things are alive and like. Because like
you're
animals,
still eating plants.
Yeah, but like I don't consider plants to be like alive in the same
What's
sense
the
that
difference
animals
between
are
plants
alive.
and bugs? What's like all the brain? Like, how many brain cells are we? Like, how many brain cells do you
Greater
need
than
up in
0.
there?
Plants don't have brain cells. They don't have
They try to
brains.
live.
I just think that anything that can like, I don't know. I mean, I guess are you trying to like think about like things like Venus flytraps or whatever that like have some.
I mean, those just have like, I mean, they seem more alive because they have like senses, kind of in a way.
Yeah.
Like they have sensors, right?
Uh-huh.
But like they don't have brains.
Yeah.
But neither do bugs really. They just have like a small like neurons wired together in a way that is not coherent.
I don't know. Yeah, there's probably a deeper cover. I just don't have enough knowledge about how plants are structured and how things are classified in the biological world between plants and animals. Where is that distinction lies?
I feel like you're saying is the bug moves around,
Yeah.
therefore
Well, no, I'm saying
bad to kill.
Bug has brain and Bug computes like via brain how to do certain things, whereas like for a plant, it is
Plant
literally
feels things. Plant computes where to grow and how to grow and what
it
to
doesn't
like how to
doesn't
move.
compute where to grow, does it? It just gets
Well, like,
it gets
plants will
dropped.
grow
The seed
towards
gets dropped in
things.
the ground, and then plants.
They don't just grow wherever. They'll grow. They grow in directions where they
Yeah,
like, get
they grow
sensors.
like
They
where the
have,
light's
like,
coming from
they
and
can
things
tell
like
where
that.
like water is. They can tell where like sunlight's coming from. They have like receptors.
Well, I guess we're fucked then. You know, if you want to be true vegan, you're just gonna starve to death.
Don't eat.
Simply starve for the moral high ground.
Consider the diet of only cum. As I guess that's the only thing that's consensual.
Yeah. Or again, if somebody can.
There was this video of this lady who was like, "Me and my boyfriend, I drink my boyfriend's cum in my meals, but now that we're in quarantine, I have to have him ship it to, or he has to deliver it to my house."
What?
He drives over and leave like his deposit for her in like in a container on her doorstep, and it's like her daily like.
DoorDash.
I almost just googled cum delivery to look up this story. I don't think that one's gonna hit as precisely as it should.
I'll see if I can find it again.
Okay, if you can, I would love to pull it up on the stream. Bottom line, though, I would say, I guess, yeah, you can't really strictly define what veganism is because it's different things for different people, like a lot of subjects in the world. But
well, pretty much all vegans agree not to eat animal products, which cum is a subset of. Therefore, cum not vegan.
I still disagree with you. I think most vegans.
You just really want cum to be vegan.
Because
I think that's what's going on.
I think I think as a way to legit like make sense of veganism, like I think the whole consent-based thing makes sense to me as like a basis for why you don't use animal byproducts. Like it is in the same vein, like human breast milk. Like
so someone who just doesn't like animal products isn't vegan.
What?
Someone who doesn't like animal products isn't vegan.
Wait. If they don't,
if they don't like animal products,
it,
they don't eat them. They don't consume any of them. They go out of their way to not have them.
Yeah.
They're not vegan.
I mean, they could be considered vegan just by virtue of not doing it, but like, yeah, I don't know. I don't know if you've debased me entirely, so I can't even really go by the merits of my original argument at this point, because I don't know if I believe in it anymore. But I really want to believe that cum is vegan.
See?
You got me. I just want to believe that cum is vegan.
Issue.
Yeah, I don't know. Fucking.
Okay, so in the search for this, I have not found what I was looking for. I have, however, found
an
article called "I deliver sperm door to door for £400."
Oh, so like a sperm bank delivery service type deal. Is it like
a former printing engineer from Reading is hawking fresh sperm over the internet to desperate couples for £400 a shot.
Wow. Wait. Oh, is it just their sperm? Is it just that person's sperm?
He started trading as spermdirect.co.uk this month and has already supplied 18 women.
Wait, could I just be like jacking off into vials and like put up a web address and be like, buy my cum, and then people would do it?
I mean, theoretically, I feel like there's a few steps of marketing in between step 1 of coming and step 2 of delivery.
I want to know how much marketing this guy's done then. Like, how much ad space has he
Enough
bought?
to get 18 people to buy it.
Damn. I'm curious how he did it, though.
Comes a hot commodity for this guy.
Oh, there's also a married 62-year-old who delivers his sperm out of the back of a white van to willing recipients free of charge.
Oh.
Well, if it's willing, it's vegan.
Yeah. Completely willing.
A tip, he says, is to keep the donation in the crook of your arm so as to keep it warm.
I thought you wanted to keep cum cool. Like, don't sperm banks keep cum in, like, freezers?
They freeze them
to keep them, like,
but this is fresh.
For long-term periods. This is like, I gotta get home and, like, munch into it before it gets cold.
I don't know where the article went that I was talking about, though.
Don't talk to me about munching on cum.
Before, gotta keep them lively. Don't let them cool down.
Oh, God. Yeah, but then that means he can only hold, like, 2 bags, right? Unless, I guess you could really just start shoving them in there, but you're gonna run out of space under your armpit.
How many do you need, Marky?
No, I'm just saying if he's trying to like deal them, he's gotta have like a couple of loads on hand to hand out to people, right?
I only got 3 orders today, but I came for 30, so I gotta fucking get it to all their houses.
This man clearly doesn't understand supply and demand.
He doesn't say he doesn't serve them fresh.
Oh God. Yeah, and I guess if he's trying to keep them warm, he would have to ejaculate and then immediately put them under the armpits. Oh God. I hate the image that's being put in my own head now.
Horsin around, a marketing podcast.
Yep. Yeah. Just look at how expertly I've marketed my stream. Sperm donors, watch out. I'm coming for you. No pun intended. Hee ha ho ha hee ho ho. Anyways, how you guys been doing? It's been a minute since I've just caught up with you guys in general. I guess since the semester started.
I saw you yesterday, Marky.
Yeah, okay, I meant like a little bit more in depth than being like, hi, how are classes? Okay, I have to leave now. Oh my God.
Making up a cover story for the podcast.
Fuck, I'm out of ideas.
We got almost 20 minutes out of that, alright? I think that was a topic well used in that regard.
I mean, classes kind of suck online.
Yeah.
Yeah, Zoom University kind of ass.
And you're paying
that's about all I got.
full tuition for it. God
Yahoo!
fucking bless. It's fucking fucked up. I said it on Slack before, but I am very surprised and somewhat impressed that school is even like open at all at this point. I definitely would have put money down on RAT being closed within 5 weeks, but people have managed to not be fuck ups for longer than that. So I guess do you know how many active cases there are right now? Are there any?
There's the dashboard.
What's the?
When I last remember, I think I think we don't have an actual count of like active cases. We have a count of how many active beds how many open beds there are in the
past 14 days. There's been 4 students and 1 employee who tested positive.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, that's pretty good. I mean, if they've been keeping it as low as that, has it ever gotten above like 10?
No, the total is 10.
Oh, okay. Damn, yeah, that's pretty fucking good then. Like, yeah, if it's ever gotten above 10 in recent positive cases, then
I am a little worried since it's still the infections are starting to come back up and like school's going on and all that, and like you have like lots of like professors or like kids who are learning that kind of thing.
I'm just curious if it's like a waiting game thing where people will get tired like I totally thought that people were already going to be sick of being stuck inside throughout the summer, and then that was going to be when like the frats started doing like underground parties that were like really under the radar but still obviously spread shit, and then it'd be all over. But I guess people have been able to restrain themselves for this long.
We don't go to enough of a party school for that to actually like happen consistently. I don't think.
That's also
Yeah,
true.
I mean, I'm positive people are having parties.
Yeah.
But they're not like.
I'm sure it's mostly with people like they know.
Yeah.
Who are presumably also distancing, which does not make it okay.
But
I mean,
if you're being stupid,
people...
it is the relatively smartest thing you could be stupid about is if you stay within your circle when you go to parties. But then obviously people still need to go grocery shopping and shit, and so it's like you're gonna have some exposure. TM.
I mean, there's lots of stories like especially in the South.
Thank you for the emphasis.
With like people like going to party like literally COVID parties happening.
Yeah, was that that was right? More at the beginning of the year though, right? And that was what
it like still happens.
Yeah. Oh, it's still happening? Like like to this day? Oh my god.
Yeah, like last week I saw something about one.
Jesus
and like
Christ.
it was like either fucking Alabama or Florida.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I could see it being those schools. But I thought the schools were like trying to be really strict about that, like they were suspending or expelling kids that were doing that shit. I guess they just don't care.
I mean,
just
like
there to fucking party hard and.
You heard about like kids who got suspended for taking pictures of like bad social distancing practices in schools, right?
No, where was it?
There
was like in like high schools, there have been people who've like taken pictures of like how everyone is crowded together and like many people aren't wearing masks, especially in the South. And like they've been like suspended for those pictures.
Like the kids have been suspended, or
kids for taking those pictures.
The kids who took the photos
because they're like outing the school is like not enforcing. Yeah. Oh my lord, what the fuck? Jesus Christ.
Pretty cool world we live in.
That's a big Mickey Yikes. Oh my god.
Mike's hard yike.
There's a lot of Mike's hard. Yikes hard pass on the mics. There was an article I saw a couple like last week or maybe 2 weeks ago. Student suspended for it was like an elementary or like middle school, like they were all online for toy gun on Zoom. They were apparently suspended.
I saw that, yeah.
Yeah, 12-year-old suspended for playing with toy gun during Zoom school session.
The boy suspended from school.
He fucking the ruling being from the school is like you brought a gun into school. It's just like, shut the fuck up. What? Are you kidding me? And obviously it's a fucking black kid, because of course it is. He's fucking...
I can't imagine having to raise your hand to ask to go to the bathroom in your own home, like during like school.
There was another one I saw where there was a there was a parent who was like actively staying. They were off camera, but they were in the room where the kid was just to make sure that the kid was paying attention. And then the teacher was being a super hard ass about like paying attention, and so the kid needed to turn away from the camera to grab the laptop charger because the laptop was running out of battery, and the teacher was snapped like, don't turn away from the camera, keep looking. And then the mom in the background was like, oh, go ahead, let it die, let the laptop die. And then the teacher immediately just shut the fuck up. It's just like, man, teachers really just do be power tripping sometimes, like over literal children. Like, you really need to exert your power like that. You're supposed to just...
They're the easiest ones to do it over.
Yeah, I guess. And like, I don't know. It's a sad time, but at least in those scenarios,
you'd have a lot of good teachers.
Yeah. You said the online Zoom university shit's been hard. Have teachers been like trying to make things easier with how they've been presenting stuff, or are they as fucked as you guys are in terms of trying to make content up?
I mean, the registrar is the one who determines a lot of what is taught, right? So they don't have a lot of leniency in what they do exactly.
Oh, okay.
So it's not really up to them as much.
Mm-hmm.
That said, we go to probably one of the best schools for like handling this transition. Like, at least the professors that I have all know how like Zoom works.
Yeah,
Just,
yeah.
like I have teachers like there was talking to one of my friends, and she was like, we were in class on the first day, and the professor just didn't know what Zoom was, or didn't know how to go through Zoom, and it was stressing them out. And halfway through, they just ended the call.
Yeah, yeah, so-
Oh,
And they were just like I don't want to do this, and ended the call. Like,
yeah, that's pretty.
so like compared to what other people have to deal with, like at least professors here know how this shit works.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
can't really fault them that much. And like all my professors, like one of them already taught like the class I'm taking online in like all the semesters.
Mm-hmm.
So like he's fine. The other one, like he's not like you don't think he'd done it before, but like he's been like recording every class just in case. One of them that's weird is I have a class that's like my wireless security class. I thought was like in person all the time because it was going to be like in the wireless security lab.
Mm-hmm.
It's not. It's like research and like you just talk about the papers, but like. Why can't I do that from here? Like, why the fuck do I have to go to campus every Tuesday and Thursday to talk? Like, I could just be talking on Zoom. Like,
Yeah, I don't know. So I guess they just didn't feel comfortable enough with Zoom.
he knows how to use it. If people have to stay home because there's reasons why people would have to stay home like for shorter periods of time, like you got exposed and stuff. Like when he handles Zoom that way, it's like it's fine.
Oh, okay.
Like if he doesn't want to, I don't know.
I guess, yeah. If they want to do it like that, that's risky play, but I guess they have the right to do it. TM.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was a little disappointed this morning because I got up, I was crashing at the circus house, and I realized that dining services is doing like pickup for certain, like you can order online and do pickup for food and stuff from certain places. And I really wanted to get a fucking tiger mascot because it's been a hot minute since I've gotten one. But they are in fact closed on Saturdays. They seem to be a weekday only operation,
Yep.
which is a big ripperinos. But I did get a fucking Dogtown plate, which was very good. I was super surprised.
I was wondering where that plate was from on
And
Snapchat.
also, yeah, I was also glad to see that it actually, for a Friday night, which, in a non-COVID world, fucking Dogtown would be packed to shit. They were pretty empty. There were people there, but it was like super easy. I tried to call them before I came over, just so I could like get the order on their list, and then hopefully it would be ready by the time I got there, because I thought it was gonna be packed with like delivery orders and stuff.
Right.
But I just rolled in and got it within like 5 or 10 minutes. So glad that both people are being smart, and then Dogtown is being conscious of making sure it doesn't get too crowded, I guess. But yeah, it was a good plate. I could not finish it though. I am a weakling.
Weak.
Yeah, I was disappointed in myself. It was the worst type of like fullness where every time you took a bite of the food, it was delicious. Like my mouth was fucking having a blast, but then as soon as it hit my stomach, I would need to stop for like 5 minutes after I got like halfway through it, because I was just like, I cannot touch anymore. And eventually I had to just concede. But yeah, I missed the garbage plates, so it was good to have one of those again. I went out to speaking of food, I went out to Destiny Mall here in Syracuse earlier on Friday and got a Poke Bowl for the first time, which was pretty good. It was the first time I'd been to that place and tried it out, and I've never done Poke Bowls before, but it really just is just sushi ingredients, just not wrapped.
Yeah.
And I love sushi, so it was a good fucking time. And Destiny was also pretty quiet, which was another good sign.
It just keeps. That takes like a second for me to go like, not that Destiny, not that Destiny, not that Destiny.
Oh,
Video game.
Do you want to talk about Destiny a little? It's been a while since I've heard you go off on any Destiny tangents. Has anything
I mean,
happened?
I can if you'd like.
I'm just shooting the shit at this point. I don't have much else to talk about today.
I mean,
so
the
I'm
last
being pretty
expansion
quiet.
was supposed to come out this week, or I guess like last week, but it got delayed a while back until November, whatever like 1 week is before Cyberpunk is when it comes out.
Oh shit!
Now,
I got some stiff competition for
yeah.
keeping the active player base.
Ruined finals. Destiny expansion followed by Cyberpunk.
I'm just
Sorry.
fucked. I'm gonna be at home, like I'm gonna be like, should I go home for Thanksgiving? I don't know if we're gonna be having people over. I could just stay here and have an extra 8 hours to play these games. I lose less time that way.
Precious commodity.
But yeah, like honestly, it's been a whole lot of just like grinding shit out because they're changing how the game works.
How are they changing it?
Like a lot of like, until now, they've only been adding content.
Mm-hmm.
Like new expansion comes out, new stuff gets added. But because of that, the game is like really fucking big.
Mm-hmm.
And they're removing a couple of the planets from the game.
Oh. Okay.
So that to cut down on the install size because they're older content anyway. And
how big is the install size right now? Like how many gigs?
I want to say in the 120 range.
Okay, so about as big as COD.
I think Call of Duty like broke 200.
Really?
Yeah, they got
Christ.
ridiculous. I can just check the install size. Give me
if I wanted to install right now, it says 92 gigabytes.
Yeah,
Call
but
of
that's
Duty?
probably before
For Destiny,
like
not Call of
shader.
Duty. Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see. This
Fucking,
PC.
Master Chief Collection is getting up there. It's about like 90 gigs on.
But that's like 5 games though.
Yeah. So that but it's just been because they're coming out in waves. It's like it's slowly just been getting larger over time with those things, and eventually I think I'm at a point where one of my drives is basically just the perfect size to fit the Master Chief Collection by itself. So it's just gonna become my Master Chief Collection drive. Once 4 comes out on it, it'll just be that, which is pretty good.
Here we go. I'm gonna run tree size on this to figure out how big. Here we go. Call of Duty is 207 gigabytes.
Disgusting.
Jesus fucking Christ!
They just don't care about your hard drive space. They
Is it-
genuinely don't give a shit.
Is it majority like Warzone? Like, is it just Warzone that's taking up most of that space, or is it like just the split between everything pretty evenly? Like 100 gigs for COD itself and 100 gigs for Warzone.
It's just one install for Modern Warfare.
Okay.
Inside of here, there's not really like a Warzone section. There's mostly DLLs and shit.
That's curious because like, the fucking when Black Ops Cold War comes out, they're gonna have like a separate launcher for just Warzone, right? So are they gonna separate?
I have no idea.
Are they gonna separate the games when Cold War comes out? Like,
I don't know how it's gonna work at all because the shooting and like the gameplay mechanics are different in Black Ops than they are in Modern Warfare. So
Yeah,
like it's
so
not
they're
even
gonna-
clear whether Warzone's gonna keep being Modern Warfare or if it'll become Black Ops.
mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
so like that's just up in the air entirely.
I would assume, but then they're bringing in Cold War weapons, aren't they? With
That's what they seem to be implying, but that wouldn't like there's weapons like the M4 under a different name as in Black Ops, but like, and it's definitely it's in Cold War because like in the beta or the alpha like they had the weapon they had the XM4, but the M4 exists in Modern Warfare and Warzone, and they're gonna feel different, and you can test it like.
Maybe they'll have like you can queue up for a Cold War Warzone or a Modern Warfare Warzone, and then that's how we keep them separated, which should just be like I couldn't imagine. Like I guess it'll be bloated either way, just by having a whole new game's worth of assets and content added. But like, Jesus, yeah, that's gonna be interesting to see how they suss that one up. I'm curious to see what they manage with it. Were either of you mentioned that you missed most of the 3080 and 3090 stuff. Were either of you trying to get those graphics cards to like upgrade your PC?
I do not have that kind of money. I just built this one.
Oh, okay. Yeah, if you just bought it or got it, then you're gonna be good for another gen or so. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
I have a 2070 Super,
Mhm.
and I was like, if I could have gotten a 3090 for not a lot of money, I would have considered it.
Mhm.
But it would have to be a 3090 that could fit in my case, and it would have to be a whole thing, and it just.
You wouldn't even consider the 3080 because that one's.
I consider the 3080 too, but like that still would have cost a lot of money, and it would have to be a small enough card to fit into my case.
Right. Yeah.
Um,
How about you, Justin? You just have your computer's fine for now, or?
Yeah, I'm happy with what I got.
Gotcha.
Justin has a 30. Justin has a 2080 Super.
Wow,
Ooh.
big boy.
Justin spent the money on the card that got card one below the one that everybody's angry.
Oh yeah, the fucking I completely understand people being like upset that they, especially because it was such a short window between the two. But realistically, if you have a 2080 Ti, it's still a fucking great card, and you're still gonna, be able to work with it for the next couple years at least.
Until Cyberpunk comes out and turns out Cyberpunk's minimum specs are actually a 3080.
Come on, I believe in them. They're good at optimizing.
According to them, it's like a 1060.
Yeah,
for like
which
for
is
recommended
like I
specs.
could run.
According
apparently-
to Tom's Hardware, minimum spec is a 3080.
I mean, like I expect it to run okay on like the PS4, like that gen, right?
Yeah,
and it'll probably run like pretty well on PS5. So I'm sure
think
I'm okay.
They're probably speccing it like when they're running those recommended specs. It's probably for like 1080p and then like 60 FPS, 1080 60, which is like.
But where's my ray tracing?
Oh yeah, probably not RTX on, because still that's pretty new in the market generally. But yeah, if you want to get like the 4K wild ass experience, you're gonna need to get that 3080 or 3090. It's gonna be. I literally went when I was at Destiny Mall. I was in walked over to Best Buy and like I knew it wasn't gonna be a thing, but I had to walk into the Best Buy and at least ask like, hey, is there any way that I could just like physically pre-order it or something? And they're like, no, it's all gone. It was all online only to begin with, and it sold out there in 8 seconds. So.
I did the same thing. I went to the Best Buy here because I needed compressed air, and I was like, "Well, I'm here. You wouldn't happen to have like a 3080 in the back, would you?" And he was like, no.
You wouldn't happen to have one snuck in by NVIDIA's CEO himself, just like
it was
a little 3080 as a treat.
Because I was like, "There's not like 3080s in the wild, are there?" And yeah, they're out there. Like, you wouldn't happen to have one. It's like, no.
Yeah, apparently the Micro Center stores have them or had them, like in physical stock. They got them shipped there. I looked at Micro Centers around the U.S. They're like nowhere near New York.
Yeah,
like,
they're few and far between. There's like the nearest one. Well, I don't know the nearest one to here. The nearest one to my house is Fairfax, Virginia, which isn't too far.
But they're just.
That kind of spoiled me because that meant that I never really bought computer parts as a kid. But I remember people talking about Micro Center, and I was like, "Oh, I want to build a computer," which was finally when I was like in Rochester.
Yeah.
I was like, "I'll go to Micro Center. They have all the great parts." And then I was like, "Oh no!"
Looks like you're visiting your fam for a couple weeks. Yeah, it's unfortunate, but they'll eventually come back in stock. It's just gonna be a while, and NVIDIA's not losing any sleep over it. They're getting their money out of it. They can make posts about how they're sorry that the bots scooped it up and how they're trying to do better all they want, but it's, at the end of the day, their stock sold out, so they're gonna make bank off of what they got. So.
Did you get Sony apologize for fucking up PS4 pre-orders?
Yeah, what did they say exactly? I mean, did they just generally?
They kind of just went, "Oops, my bad."
I mean, sure.
Yeah, pretty much.
I guess, at a certain point, I think it's going to be interesting to see in the future, because I think this is just going to become a lot more common, with bots just being able to scalp all the new products and then upsell them for ridiculous amounts.
The issue there wasn't even the bots. It was like Sony made that website that had people sign up for like to pre-order like
Oh.
weeks ago, and then as soon as pre-orders went live, they didn't go through that chain of like people who were like, I would like to pre-order this console and I will sign up for that, and they just went, it's live on every platform, go. So like
Oh!
yeah,
Wow,
so
yeah.
like
So like people who took the extra effort to try and get in like for like first dibs or whatever, they just got fucked over.
got nothing, yeah.
Oh, that sucks. Yeah. What was even the point, you know? Yeah, but like handling bots in the future, I wonder what the solutions are going to be. I don't really know what solutions there are other than just don't tell people when it's going to drop, but then people are
Or
going to hate that.
captures.
Yeah, multiple layers of captchas. I can't believe, like, did they not even have a single captcha on, like, the NVIDIA site or anything to, like, prevent them from, because it literally sold out in, like, 8 seconds, apparently, for the 3080, and it seemed like even less for the 3090. Like, I was up at 9 a.m. Eastern, refreshing that page, and it was gone. It changed to a check availability button on, like, from notify me to check availability, which then went to a page that then just it said out of stock, and then let you loop back around to the first page over and over again. And it was just fucking...
That is how it be
rotted flesh.
sometimes.
Yeah.
So who's getting the AMD bike?
The what?
The AMD bike.
Oh,
It's an
wait.
AMD bike you can buy.
Kite or bike?
Bike.
But
Like a bicycle.
okay, bike. Okay. AMD bicycle. I want to see what this looks like. Why are they just for a publicity stunt? Like, what the?
I couldn't tell you, but it's a mountain bike.
That would make sense given that AMD also revealed like the Navi 6000 series GPUs in Fortnite.
Oh God. Oh right, they did. Jesus Christ. I thought. Wait, didn't they? I thought they did. They do that in what's it called? Fucking Minecraft as well. I thought I saw some, or maybe that was somebody was joking about that they should do the next thing in Minecraft.
They did like a teaser in Fortnite, and then they did another thing that was like you could physically see like the cars from every angle in Fortnite.
Amara, you're gonna have to look back through the recording after the fact. We spent the first 20 minutes of the stream talking about whether or not cum is vegan. I don't know if you'll get a solid, defined final answer from it, but there is at least a conversation.
No, don't say that.
So
the first 20 minutes of the stream with Mercadante hoping cum was vegan.
I think if people, if the majority of vegans are under that definition of logic of consent for defining what is vegan, I think it is.
Are you just like desperately trying to justify why you think somebody should swallow your cum, Murky? Like you can just not date a vegan if that's the problem.
No, I'm just curious if vegans would actually be like, at that point, would vegans actually be opposed to swallowing cum? Would they be like, no, I can't do this? Like,
there's a much simpler solution than debating this endlessly online, Murky. Simply ask a vegan.
I don't know any vegans. Okay, actually that's not true. I know Sastre, who was a vegan multiple times for like a week-long stints, and then fucking gave up. So that vegan is not a reliable source. Is this just like a regular bike? Is there just like it's just
I
a bike?
think so.
It's
I'm
just a
pretty
bike.
sure it's just a bike.
Why are they blowing their money on this?
It's sold out apparently.
Man, tech nerds will literally just buy anything with their brand name on it. Sometimes it's kind of fucked up. It's like like people will make fun of Gucci branding and then turn around and be like, oh, AMD bike. Oh, good lord. Is it a known fact that I don't have these answers, Amara. I'm sorry. I did not research this enough. I just thought it was a funny topic, and then I came to the table unprepared for this debate. It appears that I should have studied more about the subject before going in on it and getting destroyed by my peers here. Have you guys fucking Pat was the one who wanted to talk about Among Us so much that I put it in the docket, but he's just not even here. So I can ask you guys, I guess. Have you guys been playing any Among Us recently?
I do not own the game.
I
I've been meaning
played
to
a
get
bit
it.
with some friends back home.
Mm,
Like a full like lobby. It was pretty fun.
yeah.
I'm loving the memes.
The memes are... Well, okay. The memes are great until you start making porn with them, and then I don't like it anymore.
You're like they're making porn of the beans. I'm like, yeah, they make porn of fucking everything, right? They make porn of Fall Guys.
Yeah, that's
They
even
made so
worse. That's
They made
even
so
Did you see,
worse.
much.
like
They made so much porn of Fall Guys that the Fall Guys Twitter account to be like, if you tweet the porn at us, we will block you.
Oh my god.
Did you see the Fall Guys
The canon.
official anatomy?
Yeah, that shit was fucking terrifying.
Did you see the fact that there's like debate internally over like whether or not that should be official, and like people are fighting about it within the team because like another lead artist put out another anatomy that was just like super wholesome and like not fucking horrifying.
Weak.
See if I can pull it up. No, I think it's fine that Fall Guys shouldn't have weird bird-human hybrid fucking skeleton.
It
Go on the
only makes
Twitter
sense.
account and you'll
That's why
never
they
know.
fall over like that.
Oh my god. Yeah, I'm showing it on the stream now. This shit is fucked up. I saw it on like an OKBR Reddit post that somebody posted just as like a shit post. And then I just wrote it off as like some creepy ass fan art because I would totally expect, internet dweebs to just draw it to be like, haha, fucked up, edgy Fall Guys humor. But it's real. Somebody on the team posted that, and I don't know how to reconcile that. And now I'm just looking at other posts that are in a similar vein. This is the other one where it's, pointing out different parts of it. It's just like, happy airbag with big squeaky heart, ambition and yellow team spirit, bounce, finger beans, silly legs, and beady beans. Like, that is what a Fall Guy is. You don't need to make them have a skeleton. I'm begging you.
No, that's skeleton.
Very
Strong. It's a very strong neck too. I had like one long bone. That's
It's
how
You see
bones
how they
work.
get whipped around.
It is a terrifying bone, is what it is.
Yeah, but like, there's no links in there. If that Fall Guy falls, he's just gonna snap his fucking neck.
There's another one I'm just pulling up where it's a mech with a person inside of it, and that's why they're 6 feet tall. Which I will accept over the fucking abomination that is that anatomical skeleton structure. Oh man. Have you guys been playing any Fall Guys?
Quite a bit.
I played a little Fool.
Yeah. You guys
It's
get
fun.
any fat dubs?
No
Nah.
browns.
Ugh.
We've been playing Spellbreak.
What's that?
Ooh, that's true.
That's Fortnite, but you're a wizard, Harry.
Oh, I think I've heard of that. When did it come out?
The beta's been out for a while. Didn't like a rolling like acceptance thing for like probably about a year.
Okay.
It just came out proper like a week or two ago.
What, who made it? Let's see. Proletariat Inc. Oh, I haven't heard of them
I
before.
think that's like the first big thing.
Oh, shit. Well, that's cool. Another interesting spin. I mean, I guess at this point, it's nice to see that people are branching outside of just, straight up FPS with, like, the variety in gameplay just being limited to the variety in weapons and then maybe some movement options. Because this game seems...
I mean, it's still pretty close to FPS. They're still playing an FPS essentially, just with
this-
magic powers.
Well, for one, it looks like a third-person shooter, though. And then,
Sure.
Like, it looks like it has, like, more of a MOBA-style, like, abilities menu going on.
So you pick up, so you pick a class,
Uh-huh.
and that class just determines like your main hand weapon.
Okay.
And then as you go throughout the match, you can pick up, some pieces of gear, a offhand weapon, and what did I say? Oh yeah, and a rune like gives you that like some other power.
Mhm.
And then both of your main hand and offhand element have like a primary attack. That's like one of them's like lightning, one of them's like a shotgun blast style like short range bursts of poison, and then they have like a sorcerer. It's like a big damage move.
Yeah. Big AoE.
That has like a cooldown on it. And then you try to use those together to beat people, and things have different like drawbacks and stuff like that. It's a lot of fun. I managed to get a dub with Bichu and Gonzo.
Oh, nice.
Because playing in like squads is actually kind of hard because it's all real people. Playing solos, it feels like half the people you play against are just bots.
Oh.
And then they might actually be bots sometimes, like, because you'll be like, that person's standing still, and you'll hit them with something, and they go, and start casting abilities, but just like standing still, and you feel like, oh, I guess they're a bot. But then there's the occasional person that's not, or you'll be like fighting somebody who is a bot, and someone else will come up behind you and be like, oh, they're a bot as well. Then you see them moving, you're like, oh fuck. You have to like actually start fighting like for your life.
There's like strategies revolving around pretending to be a bot.
No, well, there might be, I guess, but like most people, if they see a bot pretending to be a bot, they will just they'll treat you like a real person. Like they will rain hell upon you.
Just
and
to be sure. Yeah.
Throw the big rocks.
Yeah, if you don't react fast enough, they will then go, oh, and then start casting the cheaper spells. But at that point, you're at like 4 HP, so it doesn't matter.
Right. Yeah.
But like, you'll get third party, and you won't be sure if you're getting third party by a bot that you can like use as a buff delivery system, or actually have to fight somebody who can fight back. But solos, they feel pretty dumb. In squads, they're usually pretty like, oh god, we have to actually fight to stay alive. We managed to get a dub. It was fucking really stupid. I have the
fun.
I clipped the video. I'll put it in the chat somewhere if you want to take a peek at it later.
Yeah. Throw a horse around chat. Yeah. Just to go back quickly to the graphics card discussion. I was committed to getting the 3090 because I really, just want the best of the best, but also because I specifically thought that the difference between, it seems like now that all the benchmarks are out, it's like the difference between the 3090 and the 3080 is like roughly like a 20% increase in average frames or whatever for most games. Sometimes it goes down to like 15% or whatever. So really, if you're just looking at that, definitely not worth doubling the price tag. But for me, I was more curious about, or more interested in the fact that it's got another 14 gigs of virtual RAM. And I'm trying to figure out...
Have a way to use that?
Well, that's the thing. So, because I want to stream and record game sessions with it, right? So I want to be able to play games at, like, really high quality, and then I also want to be able to stream at high quality and record at high quality all at the same time. And so as I understand, like, you need...
Well, like, how much VRAM are you using to do that right now?
Well, that's, I guess, yeah, that's another thing I can look into. But, like, I'm using the NVIDIA encoder to encode the stream and the recording at the same time. And, I mean, we're just, in Discord, so I'm not even using the graphics card for gaming, so it's not even using that at the moment. But if you're using the video encoder for streaming and recording, and then also using the graphics card to play games, I think it would use a lot more VRAM, and then it would exponentially increase if you're trying to, record at 4K, which I would like to do, while playing at 4K at the same time. So, if that's the case, and using the VRAM on the card would be more effective than just using, like, the CPU, because there's also, like, the regular, I think it's called X264 encoder that comes standard with, OBS or whatever, and that uses the CPU, and then with that, just the regular RAM sticks. So if I were to just use that encoder instead, and then I just bought some RAM sticks and a 3080, if that is as effective as using the VRAM in the 3090 alongside, what I'm using it to game with, then I would jump for the 3080 hands down. But if it's more effective to be using the VRAM, then I would want to have the 3090 instead. And so I'm not sure what the case is, and I keep trying to do more research into it, and I haven't gotten like a super definitive answer, because at least on the benchmark end of things, nobody's stress testing and putting out data on specifically playing games at high quality and then also recording and streaming at the same time. So it's very more in the niche end. Also, because a lot of people, and a lot of people
just stream in 4K.
No, you can't stream in 4K. I just want to
didn't think
record in
so.
4K. You can stream in 1080. That is the max you can do. I stream in 720 right now because that's I can't keep the frame rate stable sending it over to Twitch if I do it higher than 720. But yeah, Twitch literally just caps it at 1080 because if it tried to handle streamers streaming 4K, like a lot of them, it would kill their servers. Just taking in that much information constantly would be way too much.
Fucking falls apart.
I'm really not sure you need that much VRAM.
I don't know. I don't know either, and that's what I'm looking into. And again,
like that's some like simulation VRAM right there.
No, and that's the other thing. It's like the things that they are saying, and they are stress testing outside of games when they're doing benchmarks, is like this is really good for doing like AutoCAD and doing like Maya and those kinds of things where you need to do like some animation testing, and it's really strenuous to be doing real time simulations of movement and all that kind of stuff for those programs. But that is not what I'm doing, so I don't really know if it'll have any use to me in the streaming realm. And if it doesn't, then I'll just save $700+ by just getting a 3080 and then just getting some good RAM sticks to record with. Brad, you have 32 gigabytes of RAM? That's insane.
I have that much RAM, but I don't have that much video RAM.
Right, yeah. You definitely... I guess the difference is that with VRAM, it's like hardware accelerated to be efficient when, working with rendering game graphics, understanding the instructions of what needs to be drawn on the screen really well and doing it really quickly. So I don't know if that really helps as much with streaming, because like with streaming are you just capturing the image on the monitor and then pulling it back and then pumping it out somewhere else, or like the calculation?
I don't know enough about video encoding.
Yeah.
Bit rate, beep boop.
But yeah, definitely gonna do some more research into that, and if I can save the money, I'd like to, because definitely buying the RAM sticks would be much cheaper than getting the 3090. And I'm gonna be buying RAM sticks anyways, because my boy needs RAM. So we'll see how that goes. We're almost at the end of the stream. I don't know. Is there anything else on you guys' mind for the past week, or just life in general you want to bring up, talk about?
I can't win any Mahjong games.
Oh, you're into the Mahjong scene?
Yeah.
He played Yakuza, and then eventually he stopped playing
Yakuza, and I got addicted to Mahjong.
He never finished Yakuza. He got to the Mahjong part.
Playing Yakuza because I had to find somewhere to play Mahjong as fast as I could.
Oh my god. That's fucking hilarious. Have you talked to Mike about it? Mike McLeod was like huge into the Mahjong scene.
I know. It's scary.
Yeah. He went to didn't he go to like really big tournaments?
Yeah, I think he went to Japan for like.
Oh yeah, Jesus. That's fucking
if I pull up
wild.
the rankings right now on like one of the top Japanese ranking things, he's number 4.
Are you shitting me? Hold on.
He's really fucking good at Mahjong.
I didn't know he was that good. Holy fuck. What Mahjong world rankings?
Throw it in the
I think it's not Mahjong Soul, because that one's one of the anime. And he's on like the serious one that's not that.
Here, if you got a link, I'll just pull that up. Okay. Where's she out? Rankings. Oh my god! That's fucking crazy!
He's really fucking good.
Did he go to Japan to train in Mahjong?
Yeah.
That's fucking incredible, dude.
There's a photo of him being the only black person in a room of people playing Mahjong.
Hey man, if that's what you need to do.
He won a monthly league. He came in 3rd in a monthly league.
Mm-hmm. Jesus Christ.
To be fair, it's my own fault I'm not winning. I'm waiting on shitty tiles with shitty weights.
You should ask him to if he can become.
I can be his
your
pupil.
mentor. Yeah.
You could. He would be excited.
Oh my
I've
God.
never. If you,
Just
I don't know how
DM
to
him.
start
Just
it.
literally DM him. I'm sure he would love to hear somebody else is enthusiastic about Mahjong because he loved talking about it back when he was at
He's
RIT.
number 2 in he's number 2 in North America.
Fucking Christ.
Yeah, on reach out.
Yeah, he's only behind Loic
Robert.
Roberto. Yeah.
Brad, I will hydrate. I didn't bring my water bottle in here, but I can run out and grab it real quick. If you guys can vamp about Mahjong for like 30 seconds.
Yeah, like he would
I'll
be
back.
over the moon to have
Shit
somebody here to
on
talk
me.
about
What are
Mahjong
you
with.
gonna do?
Like, you already had people to talk about Mahjong with, I assume, but you were like, hello, yes, I want to learn about Mahjong. I've been playing Mahjong by myself for the last, 4.5 months. Please teach me. He would be so happy.
Boom. Alright.
There's so many things to learn. It's crazy.
What can you give me like a elevator pitch for Mahjong in general? Just how generally is the game played? What is the objective? I know you play with the tiles and
So poker?
Yes.
It's almost kind of like that. You have 13 tiles.
Okay.
And that's your hand.
Yeah.
And on your turn you pick up a tile and then you discard a tile.
Okay.
Your job is to get to a 14 tile hand before anyone else does, and if you do, you win that hand and get a number of points based on what the hand is. And there's things like straights and
so you end the round by getting to 14 first.
Yeah, so you need to get three sequences of 3 in a pair.
You need
generally.
Wait, so you need that to end the round or just the 14?
So 14 tiles.
God.
You need 4 sequences of 3 in a pair, which makes your 14 tiles to win a round.
Well, okay, you need that or one of 17 other win conditions.
It needs to be a Yaku, which is a million other things. I don't know an easy way to explain Mahjong, but it's really, really fun.
Okay.
Essentially, you you know how in poker there's a bunch of different hands, right?
Yeah.
You need one of those.
Yeah. Imagine if you all you gotta do is get to one of those first.
Okay. So it's not like you're just hoping at the end that your hand is the best. It is just you are literally racing to get there.
Yeah, and you can with certain conditions you can steal the tiles that other people discard. So it's a matter of figuring out what they are going for and what they have, and like trying to play safe while also advancing your own hand.
Or have you played Rummikub? Or have you played Rummikub? What's can you think of a card game where people put down cards and then pick cards up off the middle if they want them?
Not one that's a good Mahjong analog.
I mean, there's fucking No, wait, no, you don't pick up the ones that people discard. Never mind. I mean, I could think of something vaguely similar in Power Grid where you have an auction phase and then you have to bid for different things. But I understand what you guys are saying as how.
Mickey, I can teach you how to play Mahjong and we can play it online.
Honestly, I think that'd be some.
When
good
are we
content.
streaming Mahjong?
I would. Let's see. I could probably do. I could do it on Thursday if nobody's submitting any channel points for games for me to play.
I'll play Mahjong. I'll teach you Mahjong.
Okay. All right. Let's fucking do it.
I'm playing Mahjong with Sastre on Saturday. I taught him how to play. He plays Mahjong.
That's fucking incredible. I would, of all the people, I would not imagine Sastre would have the patience to learn. But I guess if he likes poker, then I guess he could find some enjoyment in that. All right then. That is a plan then. And we've blown past our hour, so thank you both for joining me. I don't know where the fuck Pat was, but at least thank you, Justin, for showing up last second.
No problem.
Pat said, I just saw this. I was in a game of Among Us. Whoops.
Long game.
Yeah. What? How? Is it an hour-long game?
Sometimes you Got to get on a roll.
Yeah, alright. Well, anyways, thank you for joining me, and thank you guys for watching. And I will see you all on Monday for MCC Monday. We're going to be wrapping up Halo Reach Lasso, the final mission, hopefully, if everything goes well. I need to look at guides for that, because it's going to be fucking impossible to do in a night's worth otherwise. But yeah, until then, peace out, and stay safe.